For quite some time now, Hollywood has been dumping on the innocent, cisgender white man and injecting women, usually of some minority persuasion, into almost every possible story. One example of this is Ridley Scott's Alien. The film follows the spaceship Nostromo as it responds to a distress call that results in them picking up a sinister passenger who starts hunting them down. This sounds like a good time, but then the writers insert ideas in support of the agenda. The crew of the Nostromo features not one but two female members, one of which is the Navigator.
Where's Earth?
You should know.
The onboard computer is also called Mother, because even the software needs to be a female authority figure who routinely orders around the captain when the yellow light flashes. Yep, the ship with the giant hanging balls and perpetual erect towers is controlled by a female. The movie's thinly veiled attempt at saying men are just simple creatures led by our dicks because sex is all we have on our minds. The movie sometimes forget that it wants a strong female character as its protagonist, like when Ripley would have surely died if she wasn't saved by Brett. One of the men the movie repeatedly seeks to belittle. He saves an ungrateful Ripley from the raging android, and what does the movie give him for his troubles? Killed when protecting a woman. Let this be a lesson to you, gents. If you've got the choice of dying to save a woman, or have her be a casualty when you kill the monster, you best light that bunny up. The movie's not without its charm, however. Subtle moments like Ash's being so consumed with fascination for the facehugger that it barely registers when Dallas asks him questions. And my favourite characters are definitely Brett and Parker, two manly men who the movie wants to paint as avaricious Neanderthals, but instead they emerge as champions for the everyman.
Look, I'm not gonna do any more work. We get this straightened out.
Reflecting modern society's insistence on keeping men pinned beneath knee-high leather boots. But these two won't take it sitting down.
What the hell's she coming down here for? You better stay the fuck out of my way.
Take that, matriarchy! And even the film's most famous badass scene of the chestburster utterly obliterating Kane's chest cavity is used to put men down. It does this by implying men couldn't possibly handle childbirth, something the strong, powerful girl bosses do on the regular. But Boozer, you monolith of male machismo, I hear you say. Ripley went back to save Jonesy, a male cat, so surely the movie doesn't hate men. Well, dear naive viewer, while you're right about the feline's gender, I'd like to remind you, it's still just a pussy. If you remove the obvious feminazi propaganda, this could have been a half-decent film. Instead, it breaks down like a hysterical woman when she's presented with anything involving pressure. And yet, we're to believe she somehow managed to do a better job than all the men. Last call before I close up for the night. They could have learned from this flaw in the script, but instead, they piled it on even more a few years later. Yep, you guessed it. There's a sequel. Tune in next week as I'll tackle that behemoth. Alright, story's over. Get out.